Hello, I am the Movie Nut, and welcome back to my spooky season reviews, where I go over, various Halloween movies that I've chosen. I sit down, watch them with my family, and then I talk about what I thought about them because I like doing that. So this week, I sat down with my girlfriend, my mom, my sister, and we watched Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was directed by Tim Burton, came out in 1988, and it stars Michael Keaton, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Catherine O'Hara, Winona Ryder, and a couple other people that their names escape me. So I wasn't sure what to expect when going into this movie because all I'd ever heard about it was, oh, Michael Keaton's fucking great in it. And, that's an interesting enough sell. I'd seen the costume, I'd seen, the Showtime thing.
It's showtime.
Yeah, I didn't really know anything else about the movie. The synopsis, a young couple basically dies, and then another family moves into their house. They want to get them out, but they're really bad at haunting, so they hire a bio-exorcist, I think the term was, to get them out. So, Beetlejuice, basically. And Michael Keaton is good in this, and I'll talk about him in a bit, but what caught me off guard was everybody is really, really good in this movie. Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis have great chemistry as the young couple who's just died. Catherine O'Hara is hilarious as sort of like the yuppie, posh New York mother. She's fucking hysterical in this movie. I really like her in things that aren't Home Alone, so it's nice to see her in this. She probably steals the movie for me. She's unbelievably funny. And then Winona Ryder's great in this. This was kind of the movie that put her on the map. And she's, quirky, cool, goth. She plays it well. I imagine it would have been a popular Halloween costume in 1988. The point is, every actor in this movie is doing their best, doing great work. And of course, the man himself, Michael Keaton, is hilarious in this movie. I like that they use him sparingly. Beetlejuice is not in this movie a lot, because if he was, I could see him getting a bit grating. But because they use him so infrequently, when he is in the movie, he is a very charismatic presence, and he is entertaining. If they overdid it, he probably would get tiresome. But because he's not in it that much, the jokes all land. His performance doesn't get repetitive. He can do different things, and he stays consistently engaging throughout the movie. He's also not a good guy. I didn't know that. I thought Beetlejuice was the main good guy of this movie. He's not. He's actually pretty much the main antagonist of the movie. I don't know if that's a spoiler. It's not really a twist. It's just, I suppose because it's a classic, he's kind of become a good guy in the media, really. So I was surprised to find out he was kind of the villain of the movie. So that was really cool. The effects and the stop motion and all that are great. It's old, it looks a bit obviously puppets and that kind of stuff, and clay models and things like that, but it's really charming. Tim Burton does that kind of stuff really well. You can kind of see how a lot of the animation style in this movie for the scenes that require it, because it is live action, just except for a couple of bits. A lot of the effects, that sort of style of design, went on to Nightmare Before Christmas. Actually, so there's a scene in the movie where Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis' characters are in the afterlife trying to figure out who do they talk to, because they don't know anything about being dead. And there's a lot of people there who've died from, different things. And the sort of style of their corpses is very Nightmare Before Christmas-esque. And that's one of my favourite movies. So I like that you can see him continue to use similar ideas across multiple movies. The gothic vibe is also great. Like I said, I love Halloween movies. So it's definitely a Halloween classic. I would recommend watching this with anybody. A bit of adult humor, no gore. It's not scary. Anyone can enjoy this movie at Halloween, really. Unless for some reason you don't like Michael Keaton. What the fuck's wrong with you? He's fucking great. So, there's not really a lot to say about the movie aside from that. It's really funny. Characters are all great and well written. Everyone is, I don't remember their names, but everyone is well fleshed out as people. I suppose the New York yuppies are a bit one-dimensional. There's not really more to them than that, but they play their part well and they're entertaining. And I had a blast watching this movie. I had so much fun. Maybe it's just because of who I was with, but this was everything I could want from a Halloween movie. And I don't know, maybe I'm being too generous, but I'm going to give Beetlejuice a 10 out of 10.
Groovy.
So that's my review of Beetlejuice. Sorry if it was a bit jumbled and scattered. There wasn't really any one thing I could make a point on in this. It was kind of just a really entertaining movie. And maybe a 10 is too generous, but I you know, the way I grade my movies is like how well does it achieve what it set out to achieve, and can I feel like the passion and creativity in it. And for both of those factors, which are my main ones, oh, and also doesn't make me feel anything. So all of those factors are what I grade my movies on, and this achieved everything that I look for in a movie. So yeah, I can tell you now the next movie I review is not a 10 out of 10. So if people are worried that I'm too generous, don't worry about it. The next one is going to be a bit lower. So oh, and someone recommended to me that I include like my family's ratings in this, so you can get an average. Molly, my girlfriend, gave it a 10, and my sister and my ma both gave it an 8 out of 10. So average out of 9. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. I'll have the next review up tomorrow. I'll try and get these up as quickly as possible. So if you guys enjoyed, I will see you in the next one. Peace.